My name is Roberto Flores Delgado. I'm going to talk about this article. This article is called Application of Humic Acid and Biofertilizers Change Oil and Phenolic Compounds of Phenol and Fenugreek in Intercropping Systems. This article was published by Scientific Reports, and this site, this journal, this whatever, has an Q1 of impact, so the articles that got published over there has trustworthy. They have approval. Before we start, I want to talk about the plants or herb in this occasion that are going to be studied. The first one is going to be the fennel. This one is a medicinal and aromatic plant species and a highly used member of the Apiaceae family. The other one is the fenugreek. This one is not a plant, it's an herb, so it's an herb of the Fabaceae family. In addition, this herb has a symbiotic relationship with nitrogen-fixing soil bacteria. As you may know, this quality is really important in current intercropping system that got the objective of aim at reducing synthetic nitrogen fertilizer use. The hypothesis this article has is that all intercropping patterns will improve essential oil quality and quantity. At the same time, they want to improve the phenolic compounds of phenol. The BFS and HA fertilizers in intercropping will increase seed yield, essential oil and fixed oil yields, fatty acid composition, and phenolic compounds in fenugreek and phenol. The BFS and HA are acronym to biofertilizer and humic acid. Okay. Let's go to the materials and methods that they used. The first one are going to be the experimental site method. Okay, so in this one they use the factorial experiment. The design, they use the RCBD with 3 replication during the 2019 growing season at the farm. So yeah, this image has nothing to do. In the article they didn't specify the design that I use on the intercropping system, so I got this over internet, so you may know what I'm talking about. Okay, on the land preparation and cultivation, they did 4 baseline soil samples from 0 to 30 centimeters depth. These were taken across the experimental area to determine selected soil physico-chemical properties. The phenol and fenugreek were planted at 40 centimeters row spacing in 4 meters long rows. For the essential oil extraction and analysis, they weighed 30 grams of dried seed samples, and they were put on a jar with 300 milliliters of water and got it boiled inside the Clevenger for 3 hours to extract the essential oil. Once these 3 hours passed, they used this formula to get the essential oil content on percentage. For the analysis, they use the GCMS, and they use the protocol of firing band et al. 2021. And for the fixed oil extraction, they use 5 grams of seed samples for each treatment, and they were mixed in 300 millimeters NXN to extract the fixed oil in a Soxhlet apparatus. After 6 hours of extraction, the solvent was removed from the oil by rotary evaporation. For the oil analysis, the phenol and fenugreek oils were analyzed using GCMS, the same as the other one, but they use the protocol of Resaya Chinayane et al. 2020. For the extraction of phenolic acids, they use dry seeds. The seeds were dissolved in 2 millimeters of 80% OH, and then they got transferred to an ultrasonic bath for 30 minutes. For the isolation, identification, and determination of phenolic acid quantities, they use the HPLC. They didn't specify too much on this aspect, so yeah, they use the oiland 1100 HPLC comprising 20 microliters, injection loop, the gasser, diode array detector, the HPLC, that this one. Okay, let's go to the results. For the phenol, the main effect of fertilization significantly impact all measured parameters of the phenol. Intercropping pattern affected all parameters except plant height and 1000 seed weight. We're going to go for that. On the plant height, they compared the unfertilized control, the HA, the humid acid, and BFS increased phenol plant height by 10% and 13% respectively. As you can see in the plant height, wait, let me... wait. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Yeah, so on these graphics, first they compared the how the plants grow, being the first one, the FS, being the one that grows a lot more than the other ones. Then the 2F4FG, they don't have a name, like they're going to say a lot of 2F, 1F, FG, and things like that, because they're talking about this one, like the T3 R3, T3 R4. Like there are no what they're talking about. Like when I'm saying things like this, I'm meaning to spots on the design. So yeah, the first one got the EF. The FS, then the 2F4FG, and the other ones. But the things that matter most than the other ones are which method improve most the height of the plant. The BFS, the biofertilizers, then the HA, the humid acid, and the control. The BFS growth a lot more than the other ones. So the biofertilizers, again, if you remember the article from the last time, will improve a lot the growth and all the matters and all the parameters in general of the plant that they got used. So yeah, on the 1000 seed weight, they compared the unfertilized controls. You may see over there, BFS and the HA increase the 1000 seed weight of phenol by 24.1% and 14.5%, 4.9, almost 5, and 4.5 grams per 1000 seeds, as you may see on the graph. The biofertilizers, again, 1. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The Humboldt number. The average across fertilizer types within each intercropping system. I'm not going to say the name. So 1F, 2F, and 2F4 had 21.1%, 16.3%, and 26.7 fewer humboldts than phenol soil cropping, respectively. Across intercropping systems, HA and BFS increased the humboldt number by 17.8% and 16.5% compared to the fertilized control, as you may see in this image. Like each row had this one, like 3, the control, the HA, and the biofertilizers. But like FS, 1F, 2F with 2, and 2F with a 4. So the biggest ones that grow were the FS, and wait, with FS I'm talking about the phenol soil cropping, like only phenol. In this one, the HA and the humid acid were biggest than the other one. Yeah. On the seed yield, the different intercropping patterns had lower phenol seed yields than phenol soil cropping. Like only phenol got more production of seed than the intercropping system. Soil cropping fertilizers with BFS, and HA produce the highest phenol seed yields, followed by unfertilized soil cropping with the 1960 kilograms. Average across fertilization treatments, phenol seed yield phenol seed yield decreased by 41.7, 56.8, and 36.3%. Across intercropping patterns, HA and BFS increased phenol seed yield by 30.3% and 39.5% compared with unfertilized control. As you may see over here, on the phenol alone, the biofertilizer again on the top. On the intercropping systems, the situation is the same. The fertilizers again on the top. So yeah, the ones with the biofertilizers against all of them got improved in a lot of way with the biofertilizer against the other one with the control and the humic acid. The essential oil and content and yield. Okay, so on the average across fertilization treatments, the essential oil contents of phenol in that pattern, numbers increased by 36%, 52%, and 44% compared to the phenol outcropping within each intercropping system, and with the exceptional FS, the HA and BFS treatments had higher essential oil contents of phenol, none of which significantly differed, increasing from 25% to 29%. So with this, you can see over here, the essential oil content in this intercropping pattern got improved by a lot with the biofertilizers. In this moment, the intercropping system got the results. Like, as you may know, the intercropping will improve the growth of, not the growth, will improve the richness in the soil. So because like each plant has better give more and less to the soil. So if we use the intercropping system, of course the oil content will improve as the yield. And this one, the soil cropping, the soil phenol, go to the last this was the last one, and this one were the best one with the BFS being on the top. Then it was followed by this one with the biofertilizer again, and this one with the biofertilizer again. But in this one, it wasn't like a lot of, there's no really difference between the HA and the BFS. On the phenol essential oil composition, wait, let me see. Okay. On the phenol essential oil composition, the GC-FIT and the GC-MS analysis identified 14 components in the phenol essential oil, representing 97.4 to the 99.9% of the total composition, with the main constituents being trans and anatol with that percentage, estragol with that percentage, fenchone with that percentage, and limonene with that percentage. This one is the proportion of phenol essential oil constituents under different cropping patterns and fertilization. As you may see, in this table, they gave us all the patterns that they got. They gave us all the components that got identified, and they gave us the percentage that got identified. The biggest one were this one, and no, it was this one, and this one. The biggest one were the 2F plus 2F FG with the control. So yeah, no, this one with the biofertilizer. Again, the biofertilizer will improve everything. So yeah, the phenol oil and content and yield. Well, this one The highest phenol oil content occurred with HA or biofertilizer application in 1F, 2FG with 16.3% and 16.6%, and the 2F, 2FFG with the 16.34% and 14.4% respectively. Average across fertilizer treatments phenolic content in 2F and that pattern increased by 20.8%, 26%, and 12.6% compared to the phenol sol cropping respectively. Okay, let's go to the oil content. In this one, as I already said, the 2F and 2FFG got the biggest oil content production, or oil content, no, not production, oil content, with the biofertilizer being the top one. The other one was the 1F, 2FG with biofertilizer again. And on this pattern, the difference between the HA and the biofertilizer aren't that great, that big. So yeah, as you may see, if we compare to the other graphics, the phenol sol cropping, it's the last one. It's like the last place because they are not improve they're not helping. There isn't another thing to help the plant. So when we say on theoretical meanings that intercropping patterns will improve the production, the soil health, everything, the water usage, it got reflected in this one. In this graphic, we can see that because the oil content, the production, the seed production will improve a lot. And if we mix the intercropping system with biofertilizers, this one will be improved by a lot. Okay, so yeah, the maximum oil yield of phenol, 318% by 0.6 kilograms occurred in 2F, 2FG fertilizer with biofertilizers, while the lowest oil yield, 129.3 kilograms, occurred in 1F, 2FG with a fertilization. Across intercropping patterns, HA and BFS increased of phenol oil yield by 50.8% and 62.6%. As you may see over here, in the oil yield, the BFS to the sky, and got followed by the HA, and then this one, the BFS and the HA again to the top, but this one is with the soil cropping. So yeah. Okay. Oil compounds. GC, FEED, and GCMS analysis identified 9 constituents that represented 94.3% with to 97.9% of the total phenol oil composition. The main oil constituents were oleic acid, linoleic acid, stearic acid, lauric acid, and arachidic acid. The highest percent of stearic and lauric acids occurred in the unfertilized control of phenol sol cropping, and the lowest stearic and lauric contents occurred in that pattern were fertilized with biofertilizers, 16.1% and 14.2%, higher than phenol sol cropping respectively. And you may see over here the same. This is the phenic oil constituents on their different cropping patterns and fertilization. Okay, you may see this one, the only phenol got this percentage being the biggest one with this one, 2FG, as I said over here. And yeah, basically they identify all the compounds, the components, and identified what system, what number, got the results. So yeah. In the phenolic compounds, the main phenolic compounds of phenol were chlorogenic acid, quercetin, and cinematic acid. The highest chlorogenic acid and quercetin contents occurred in 2F, 2FG with biofertilizers and HA, respectively, while the lowest contents occurred in the phenol salt croppings without fertilizer. Okay, the fenugreek. The main effects of intercropping pattern and fertilizer were significant for all patterns analyzed in the fenugreek. Significant 1 per F. Interaction occurred for a plant height, pod number per plant, seed yield, oil content, and oil yield of fenugreek, as you may see over here. These one are the traits that got evaluated in the fenugreek. Again, we're going to from the same for the phenol. Again with the fenugreek, we got this one with the only fenugreek compounds and got the biggest seed number per pot, with this biofertilizer getting the biggest percentage or the biggest number. The 1000 seed weight, the soil cropping, and there wasn't a really big difference between this one on the seed weight. Okay. This one is the partial and total land equivalent ratio for seed yields of different phenol and fenugreek intercropping systems. This one is the percentage of phenol and fenugreek that got in the land. In this one, in 1F to FG, it was like almost in everything was bigger the fenugreek, because this one it will help the phenol. Like, we don't need that much phenol because the fenugreek will help the production, will help the soil, so the phenol could produce even more. So yeah, let's go to the discussion. Wait, okay. The seed yield. The application of humic acid and biofertilizer significantly increased the seed yield of both phenol and fenugreek compared to the control group. This indicates the positive impact of these organic inputs of enhancing crop productivity in intercropping systems. The humic acid and biofertilizer will always help the crop, no matter what are going to use. Of course, we have to analyze if what's is the better option. So yeah. The essential oil content. The essential content in both phenol and fenugreek was influenced by intercropping patterns and the application of humic acid and biofertilizers. Different planting configuration led variations in essential oil constituents, highlighting the importance of crop arrangement in the intercropping for optimizing essential oil production. As I said before, it depends on what are going to change. Of what pattern I'm going to use. The pattern will change the content of oil, and not only oil, in everything in general. The fatty acid and phenolic compounds. This one showed that the application of humic acid and biofertilizer had significant impact of the composition of these bioactive compounds. Again, everything like biofertilizers and humic acid would help always. This one suggests that the use of humic acid and biofertilizers in intercropping systems can be a sustainable approach to the enhance of quality and quantity of essential oils, fatty acids, and phenolic compounds in phenol and fenugreek. This has implication for agricultural practice aiming to improve crop yield and bioactive compound production while reducing reliance on synthetic fertilizers that, as we know, will impact the health. So yeah, in conclusion, biofertilizer and humic acid application significantly increased phenol and fenugreek yields of the 2F, 2FG. I don't know why that mistake. Phenol and fenugreek intercropping ratio. Treat with the biofertilizer was the best option in most comparisons and had the highest total land equivalent ratio index. Biofertilizer always will help a lot the soil, the plant, everything. So yeah, we left this chat with this one. In this review, the conclusion is biofertilizer will help. So yeah, goodbye.